Welcome to this documentary about the Holocaust. Let's join Nicole to talk about concentration camps.
One of the first concentration camps once stood. It was one of many utilized during an event known as the Holocaust, led by Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party from January 30th, 1933 to May 8th, 1945. After the German loss in World War I, Jews and the Weimar government were blamed for the loss by the Nazi Party. Therefore, they began to detain Jews and various opponents of the party in concentration camps. These came to terrorize and control the prisoners in these camps. Prisoners in these camps were forced to do labor or were killed without mercy. The Holocaust was a tragic and unnecessary event that took the lives of many innocent and defenseless people.
This is an example of a German concentration camp. They were created between the years 1933 and 1945. Hitler used these camps to hold his so-called enemies of the state. These people included German communists, socialists, social democrats, gypsies, Jehovah's Witnesses, homosexuals, and Jews. They were mainly forced to work in labor camps, but there were special extermination camps as well. The camps were dirty, dusty, unsanitary, stank of dead flesh, and the prisoners were only fed so that they could have the energy to work. No more, but many times less. The Jewish people were often the victims of German aggression. Stay tuned to see what I mean.
Come on, Jew, get a move on. You're so slow.
This is Amrit to give you an inside scoop of the terrors at the camps at Auschwitz. Labor camps were camps where male death camps were extermination sites where women, children, and the elderly were sent to be terminated in inhumane ways. After prisoners were killed, they were recklessly thrown into pits like these, and this is just the beginning. The prisoners were brought here thinking that they were going to take showers, but they were tricked and they were gassed and suffocated to their death in these very gas chambers.
Hitler's final solution was to completely and utterly destroy the Jewish population. He began by creating this theory of Aryanism, and basically he told the German population that they were supposed to save their race from all other races, that they were the master race. And he did this with propaganda, legislations.
After the propaganda and the boycott, Hitler issued a murder against one of his own officers, who was supposedly killed by Jewish teens. He used this as a reason and excuse to allow his soldiers to go through Jewish communities, breaking down shops, robbing from them, killing people on the streets, and burning down their homes. This was the night of broken glass. After the night of broken glass, Hitler gathered up the Jewish people like they were cattle, and he put them in towns called ghettos. From these ghettos, they had but a couple of days to be put on trains with their families and all the things that they could carry, and they were sent to concentration camps. From there, it was either death or labor. In these concentration camps, over 6 million Jews were killed. And the SS, the Nazis, and Hitler himself had no sympathy for what they did. In fact, they burned them alive, they gassed them, and many other horrendous things have happened. We remember the Holocaust as a time of sadness, a time of extreme torture to a group of people who didn't even deserve it. And it all started with Hitler and his son Apush.
After World War II and the Holocaust, the Jews still suffered. We will take a closer look at the aftermath of the Holocaust by interviewing a young Jewish girl who remembers the emptiness and grief of not knowing what to do or if help will come.
My name is Joyce and this is my story.
Hello? Hey, I'm doing a project on the Holocaust and I was just wondering if I could ask you a couple questions. Thanks. Well, the first question is, what happened after the Holocaust? Like, what was the aftermath? Does it matter?
After the Holocaust, me and my Jewish family were afraid to go back home because we were hated by so many. And we couldn't go to America because of the immigration laws that were passed.
Did the Allies do anything to help the Jews?
The Allies didn't help us for many reasons. They didn't know where the concentration camps were, and bombing them wouldn't have helped us or saved any lives.
How were the Jews affected by the Allies not doing much to help them?
We had a strong desire to move back to homeland, but we couldn't, and we weren't able to move out of Europe.
Thank you, Joyce Ann. Well, viewers, thank you for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day.